Hello, everyone. So we will continue where we left off. So last week we ended with the name Pulomajajita, basically Punya Kirti, Punya Labhya, Punya Shravana Kirtana, Pulomajajita, Bandha Mochini, Bandhuralaka. Right? We stopped there. We can continue to the next nama. It starts with Vimarsha Rupini. Is that right? Do you all agree? That's where we left off, right?
Yeah.
Vimarsha Rupini. Yeah. Okay. So, what is Vimarsha? The Brahman is the combination of Prakasha and Vimarsha forms. So, Prakasha is the self-illuminating light, the origin of which is not known. Are you all able to hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Prakasha Rupam is one, and it is the beginning of creation, and creation begins from Prakasha Rupam. Without this Prakasha Rupam, nothing can exist. So this Prakasha Rupam is Shiva. Okay, the reflection of Shiva is called Vimarsha. The reflection of Shiva is called Vimarsha, which is also known as Shakti. So here, Vimarsha Rupini, she is the Rupini, she is the form of Vimarsha, which is reflection of Shiva. So without the presence of Vimarsha, Shiva cannot act. Shiva is the creator, Shakti is the doer. That is one way to think about it. The ultimate reality, without Vimarsha, now everything will be hibernating. So Shiva becomes inert. Shiva becomes devoid of all activity. So if Shiva can be called as Brahman, Shakti can be called as Maya. Without the presence of Maya, the activities in this universe cannot happen. So basically, Shiva can be called as the static energy. Shakti is the kinetic energy. When these two energies join together, like Shiva Shakti or Ardhanariswara form, so that's when everything everything functions. Without their with energies joining together, nothing functions. So here, especially, we are invoking Mata as Vimarsha Rupam. So she is the reflective or creative aspect of Brahman. Brahman on his own is the pure consciousness reflection of Parabrahman, extends as universe, who is in the form of reflection, is what Vimarsha Rupini means. But what is that reflection? The reflection is Brahman. Vimarsha itself means can also mean reasoning, examination, or pondering. So that is another way of saying she is in the Rupam of reasoning or examination. But here, predominantly, it is believed here the Vimarsha is referring to the reflection of Parabrahman. Anything to add? Shyamji, others?
I think this Bible says that salutations to her, who is of the nature of Vimarsha, the mirror of objectivity, which makes Shiva self-aware, and Prakasha, the pure luminosity, the subject.
Okay.
So she's
mirror with which Shiva becomes aware, mirror of objectivity.
Yes.
With which Shiva becomes aware of himself.
Vimarsha is the mirror of objectivity because the Prakasha is here. I think it is the Devi, and Prakasha is the pure luminosity. So unless Prakasha is there, so Shiva cannot see himself.
Okay. So you need the reflection to Shiva to be aware of himself. Oh, yes. Wow. That's a good way of saying. Okay. Thank you, Shamji. Anything else to add on to that?
No.
Okay. The next nama is Vidya. Mata, who is wisdom. Vidya means the wisdom, knowledge. Vidya also, Vidya, how does it come? If you split it up, Vidya means to deliberate. to think. She is the giver of knowledge that is capable of what? Providing final liberation, moksha. This is extension. We need to look at this nama as an extension of the previous nama. So after having spoken about her vast powers in the previous nama, Vagdevis talk about the final liberation in this nama. That's why here Vidya is Brahma Vidya, that, Shuddha Vidya, the understanding of the Parabrahman, the supreme knowledge is what we need to take it as. That even in Shiva Sutra, Shuddha Vidya is being referred as Shuddha Vidyo Daya Chakresh Shatva Siddhihi. So full acquisition of mastery over the collective whole of the Shaktis happens through the appearance of Shuddha Vidya or pure knowledge. Here, Shuddha Vidya is the highest of the Vidyas. An appearance of this Vidya, a practitioner gets Sarva Siddhis. Because by providing this pure knowledge, she makes a person think about Shiva in the form of the Prakasham, Rupam, therefore becoming Shiva himself. So yeah, here Shuddha Vidya, here Vidya refers to the Shuddha Vidya or the Vidya of the Parabrahman. Anything else to add on to this?
I think that's question to her, who is Vidya, the knowledge that gives spiritual enlightenment. Spiritual enlightenment is essentially the object of Brahma Vidya. So to become one with God.
Vidya and then Vyadhadi Jagat Prasuhu. So what does that mean? Vyat means the ether, the space. The Vyatha means stretched out. Adi means and so on, Adi without end, etc. Jagat means earth. Prasuhu means bearing, fruitful. Prasavam, Prasuhu is a bearing of bringing forth. So when we say Vyadadi Jagat Prasuhu, it means she is referred here as she who has brought forth, the creation, brought forth what? The Panchabhutas, the elements from ether to earth. You can Vyatadi Jagat, from the ether to the earth, from the ether, which means all the Panchabhutams, the space is Vyat. Jagat is Prasuhu, right? Everything in between, air, fire, water, space, air, fire, water, earth, everything is coming from her. So here it is basically, we are saying she's a creator of the five Panchabhutas. There is even in Taittiriya Upanishad, it says from that self, the Brahman sprang up Akash. From Akash, air comes. From air, fire comes. Fire, water comes. And from water, earth comes. This is the Taittiriya Upanishad. During the great dissolution, the reverse process happens, it seems. She is referred to as that Mula Prakriti. We had seen a Nama before, Mula Prakriti, right? Same way, she is the creator of all these Vyadadi Jagat Prasuhu. Everything comes from her. Anything else to add on to this, Shyamji?
Yeah, I think
that's
the element of Akasha. Akasha is the first one. Space is the first one.
Okay.
From space comes Vayu, from Vayu comes Agni, from Agni comes Jala, and then from Jala Prithvi. So that's the sequence. But she's the origin of the whole cosmos because of she's beginning with the element of Akasha.
Okay. Wonderful. Yeah. Vyadadi Jagat Prasuhu that's what it means. So the next nama is Sarva Vyadi Prashamani. Okay. What is that?
Jagat Prasuve, that should be Jagat Prasave.
Prasave.
Yeah,
Okay.
Prasave. Because
It's not Prasuhu.
Vishnu goes, Vishnave. It's not Vishnuve. Prasuhu. Prasuhu is so the Chaturthi. Actually, Vishnave, not Vishnuve. So that's the same way. Prasuve, it should be Prasuhu. Prasuhu is run as Prasave.
So Prasuhu is what it's written here, but you're saying it should be Prasave?
Yeah, Prasuhu is the noun. But when you have the vibhakti, Chaturthi vibhakti should be Prasave, not Prasuve.
Okay. So
Just technical.
Okay. So here is it correct if it is Vyadadi Jagat Prasuhu is correct, right? Prasuhu.
Yes. Okay. Prasuhu is correct. But when they write the name, they are writing as Prasuve. It's not Prasuve. It should be
Prasave. Okay.
Vishnave, just like Vishnave.
Wonderful. Okay, good. So one is the noun form, the other one is like the verbal form. Okay.
Not verbal. That's the vibhakti form.
Vibhakti is object. Vibhakti is what?
Vibhakti is you different suffixes in Sanskrit, right? It's based on the it's an objective case or it's a subjective case.
Objective case like that. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Shamji.
I don't know the English for Chaturthi, but
okay, that nice. Good to know. All right. The next nama is Sarva Vyadhi Prashamani, right? Basically, here it's very straightforward. Sarva is everything, Vyadhi is disease. So, Prashaman means to heal or pacify or cure. Mata, who heals every disease, which includes the disease of birth and death, disease of physical and subtle body. It is also the disease of both body and mind. It is not enough to have purity of mind alone. One needs to have a healthy body to realize the Brahman within. The divine energy is extraordinarily powerful and body should have the stamina to withstand the cosmic energy. So, basically, here Sarva Vyadhi Prashamani means she who cures all types of disease that we can think of both body and mind.
Yeah, that's all.
Is that are there anything more to add?
No.
Okay. So this is very, we can chant this nama, especially during this time, Sarva Vyadhi Prashamani. And then the next nama is Sarva Mrityu Nivarani. Right here again, Sarva Sarva means everything. Mrityu means death. There are different types of death, right? Such as premature death that arises out of accidents or any disease or untimely death. So, if you realize the Parabrahman, the oneness with God, you become free from the shackles of death. So I guess that's how she does the Nivaranam from all the different types of Mrityu. Having known that self, one can be free from death, is what Katha Upanishad says. The concept of self-realization is also conveyed in this nama. Beyond taking as Sarva Mrityu Nivarani, one who removes, all types of, death, protects us from that. Instead of that, we can also, one who prevents and protects her devotees from various agonies and miseries is something we can take. And also it can be taken as the self-realization. If one realizes the self, there can be no pain at all, because our purest form is the peaceful form, happiest form. If we keep on reminding ourselves that we are in that form, everything, all the miseries, agonies that come our way, become, they disappear instantly once you establish yourself in that thought process. So if one becomes immortal, it is against the laws of divine, it seems. So Mrityu means averting rebirths. So birth and death is only for gross bodies. When immortality is referred, it always means the supreme self. So at the time of the body, soul leaves the body and enters another body because of, we all know, the karmic account needs to be exhausted. The death here indicates the final liberation of the soul to merge with Brahman. The Nama means she's liberator of such souls. Karma is like a vehicle, right? The vehicle runs, it's like a fuel for a vehicle. The vehicle only runs till the fuel lasts. Fuel is that karmic account and vehicle is the body. So the karmic account determines the duration of this bodily form. So Mata liberates us from this. And basically, by the Sarva Mrityu Nivarini can be taken up in different meaning. One, basically taking it as concept, taking from the point of self-realization, where Mata removes all types of mrityus by basically making the person realize himself. Anything else to add on to this,
No.
Shyamji?
No, that's it.
Okay.
All forms of death. That's really cool.
Well, I didn't understand self-realization.
Yeah. So that completes this couplet. The next one is Agraganya. Agraganya, what does that mean? Agra means top or the first. Ganya means who is the to be counted, to be taken notice, it seems. Why is this? She is the first among the entire creation, right? Shiva has no parentage. Shiva created her in the form of this kinetic energy. This Nama refers to her own creation. At the time of first creation, none was there except Shiva and Shakti. At the time of annihilation, also Shiva and Shakti alone remain. They continue to remain until the end of one yuga and commencement of the next yuga. So even in Saundarya Lahari, it conveys you are the first amongst the most worshipful ones. You are known as the best among the best of grains. Here, Agraganya means basically she is the first, she is the foremost amongst the race who created the universe. Agraganya, that foremost to be counted. Foremost amongst the race. This is what the Nama can be thought of as. Anything else to add? Shyamji, what is Ganya?
The book says that salutation to her, who is to be reckoned as the first in everything.
Everything.
He said that she is the more Prakriti, so she.
Okay.
She's first.
So Ganya means counted, it says. Is there any other meaning? Ganya means to be counted, to be taken notice also, it seems.
See, Ganapati, Ganapati. So that Gana.
Okay. Agraganya, first among the Ganas, like that. Okay. Is Gana masculine and Ganya feminine?
Yes.
Agraganya. Okay. Nice. Anything else to add? We can move on to the next Nama.
We can move on to the next.
Okay. Achintya Rupa, who is beyond the reach of mind and the intellect to comprehend. What is Achintya? Incomprehensible, unthinkable. Achintya Rupa. I think it comes in Ganesha Pancharatnam, right? Achintya Rupa. Achintya Rupa. I recall again, Ganesha Pancharatnam. Achintya Rupa comes that word. Here, Achintya basically means incomprehensible, unthinkable.
Right. Transcends all the thought.
What is it, Shyamji?
Transcends all thought.
All thoughts, yeah. We cannot, it's beyond your thought.
Beyond.
This is one of the unique qualities of Brahman and confirms that, it transcends all qualities and beyond all qualities and gunas. She's the embodiment of this soul, is known as Purusha and is supposed to be masculine. On the other hand, Prakriti, we saw those two, right? Here, she is in the inconceivable form, which is the inconceivable form. It is the Parabrahman, right? That is the pure consciousness is inconceivable. It's beyond your comprehension of your mind. The next, can we move on to the next nama?
Yeah.
Next is Kali Kalmasha Nashini. Here, again, it can be Kali is the current Yuga, Kali Yuga, the present age. This is the Yuga that comes after the Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara, and the final Yuga is Kali Yuga. Kalmasha means the dirt or the filth of
Papa.
Papa. Papa, okay. Kalmasha is also Papa. Nashini, who destroys the sins of Kali Yuga, all the errors, misdeeds, sins that we make. Kali Kalmasha Nashini.
Yes.
It's a very straightforward namam, right? Kali Kalmasha Nashini. So, I guess, in terms of Kali Yuga, it is made up of 360,000 human years, it seems. And in this is the shortest of the Yuga, and also the Yuga where most papas, kalmasha happens. So that's why, especially in this Yuga, chanting Bhagavan Nama liberates us, especially namas like Lalitha Sahasranama really helps us because it constantly reminds us of the God. And that's how Mata removes all the kalmashas of this Kali Yuga. It constantly brings us back to the frame of mind where it is easier to realize God. So next, anything else to add to this?
No.
Okay.
Kali Yuga is 432,000 years.
32,000 years?
432.
432. Okay.
432,000.
Oh, I see. 432. 432,000. What is that?
Yes.
Okay.
432,000.
Uh-huh.
That's the rank of Kali Yuga.
Okay.
Dwapara is twice Kali Yuga. Treta is 3 times Kali Yuga. And Treta is 4 times.
Oh. Yeah, that's why all the good yugas are longer period that God fortunately made this Kali Yuga to be the smallest.
Yeah, he can't stand the Kamalaksha.
Yeah, exactly. He himself cannot stand it. Oh, the next nama is a very powerful nama, which is Katyayani. Comes in Gayatri also, nama also, right? What is that? Descendant of sage Katyayana. Basically there was a sage Katyayana, and she's the daughter of sage Katyayana, that is Katyayani, who is the presiding deity of Udhyana Pita in the Ajna Chakra instance. Anya Chakra, she is the presiding deity, Katyayani Devi. And Katyayani Devi is the sum total effulgence of all gods and goddesses. So in Vama Purana, there is a statement that says the brightness of the brightest, which is the best, is known by the name Katyayani. And there is another interpretation. Ka means Brahma, the creator or the head or a stone. Okay, she rests on this Ka, particularly reference to stone, meaning the reference. She is known as the Katyayani. She rests on this universe. So Katyayani. Anything else to add on to that nama?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Regarding Kali Yuga, I heard Veda Vyasa said Kali Yuga is the best Yuga because is in one of the YouTube they were telling that Vyasa had, the reason is you just say Krishna, Krishna, Rama, whatever the God's name, you can go to, you get moksha.
Okay.
But in other yugas, you really have to meditate a lot
Correct.
to reach this thing. So this is the best yuga according to Veda Vyasa.
Okay.
Namasmarana.
Namasmarana, yeah, that's enough.
That's what you need. All you need is Namasmarana Bhakti.
Yeah. So, there is this sloka, right? Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike. In that sloka, there is the following slokas. It also talks about Katyayani, and where she is referred to as born out of sage Katyayana and known as Katyayani. And then and the sage Katyayana was, Katyayani was also invoked when the Pandava princes before they started the Mahabharata war, it seems. Katyayani Stuti was recited. So it is it is a very powerful mantra, nama, basically. Anything else to add on to this?
No, it's okay.
Yes. So the next nama is Kamalaksha Nishevita. Okay. What is that? This is the
Kala.
Oh, I missed Kala Hantri, right?
Yeah.
I missed the Kala Hantri. Kala means the death. The destroyer of death is what Kala Hantri means. She destroys death for those.
No, Kala is time.
Kala means time.
Time.
And Kala also means death, it seems. But yeah, Kala, the very frequent death by age or the time period. Okay. So I guess why Kala is also means death means over time, time only kills the person, right? In that way, the Kala is referred to as death. It seems Kala means time. Over time period, everything decays, dies. Everything in this Prakriti dies over time except the pure consciousness. Hantri is the slayer, who is immortal beyond time. Okay, that is a very good way. What is immortal? Which doesn't change over time, right? So that's why she is Kala Hantri. How is Kala Hantri? A self-realized person, there is no death. For realized souls, she helps them rise above death and birth cycle and making them immortal. Okay? That is what Kala Hantri means. Anything else to add on to that, Nama?
Yeah. No, we are okay. Yeah, that makes sense though, Kala.
Kala means time, but Kala,
yeah. And also,
over time, every living thing that is born in this universe that is arising has to undergo the process of, over time, it will dissolve, dissolution. And she is the one who removes that, bestows immortality through self-realization. So next is Kamalaksha Nishevita. Okay. What is that? Kamala, we know. Lotus. Kamalaksha means lotus-eyed. Okay. Yeah. Nishev. What is it, Shyamji?
Kamalaksha Nishevita. Kamalaksha is Vishnu.
Vishnu, yeah.
And Nishevita is worshipped.
Worshipped by Vishnu. Worshipped.
Kamalaksha is lotus-eyed.
Lotus-eyed, yeah. So yeah, Kamalaksha is who? Vishnu.
Kamalaksha is
Kamalaksha. Okay.
Nishevita is worship.
Worship. Kamalaksha Nishevita, where Kamalaksha refers to Bhagavan Vishnu. Vishnu worships her.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So actually, how did Vishnu get the Mohini Avataram? He invoked Mata. He worshipped Mata the Vishnu worshipped her, and that's how he got his Mohini form, avatar form, it seems. And yeah, Vishnu has beautiful eyes resembling lotus flower, and that's what that is. So that concludes this Nama.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess anything else to add on to that?
No, that's simple.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Good.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Oh, we are
Yeah.
only three
Thank you.
people today.